I spent years waiting for money before I actually was looking after it. And what I realized is I'm not actually waiting for money. What I realized was I was waiting to become the version of me that knew how to hold money. There's a version of waiting that runs so deep that we don't even realize it's actually a form of waiting. And what is worse is when the waiting zone looks very spiritual, you're very self aware, and it feels like you're just on the precipice of becoming your newest self. This is where the space between the liminal and the embodiment can be very prolonged. It can take a really, really long time to get from there to there if we're not careful. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katerina. If you are new here, then let me introduce myself quickly. I am a transformation guide, a mentor. I work with people to get them out of the patterns and loops and the stuck feeling that they are in, get them out of the liminal space, get them out of the waiting zone. That is what I am here to do. If you're interested in the liminal space, nervous system work, looking through your lived experience through the lens of astrology and transformational work, then please subscribe if you haven't already. It will really help me out. And please like the video if you haven't already. It really helps me to know what is actually something that people want me to talk about or not. Even though my favorite subject to talk about is liminal space things, because I was in it for so effing long and I really just don't feel like enough people speak about it. So it's something that I always kind of bring back into my content because I really love speaking about it. I want to make this very clear. You are not irresponsible. You are not intentionally avoidant. You feel like you are waiting for the moment your external matches what you feel like your internal is. So you tell yourself that the financial check-ins, that learning financial literacy, learning how to invest your money, how to grow your wealth is something you need to do once you have proof that the wealth is coming. It's something that keeps us in this very unintentional space of waiting because we're doing the inner work, we're doing the healing, we're doing the deep dive into our souls, but we're not bringing that into the actions of our newest self because we are waiting for proof at the end of the day. We're waiting for proof that is actually going to come to us, because why would I look at my bank account when there's lack there? Why wouldn't I just wait until I have proof that I can earn consistently? And then when I earn consistently, I'll start looking after my money. I'll start setting budgets. When I have consistent income, then I'll start treating money differently. But I don't have that right now. So I have to wait. So what do? You tell yourself that you will wait until the money arrives in order for you to become her. But the thing is that she's not coming. She is not going to come. The wealth is not going to come until you start acting like her. This is the liminal space that we can get stuck in so easily, especially if you are on your healing journey. So this was me. This was me. I was in this space where I understood my money relationship through the anxious and avoidant attachment style before I even realized that I was waiting. I thought I was unlocking like blocks and I was getting there. And I was like, oh, the money's going to keep pouring in. Like, I know that the money's going to pour in now because I've worked on these core wounds. I knew who I wanted to become. And the liminal space became a place where I felt like I was growing because I was understanding my patterns the more and more I went in. I was doing the work, I was doing the excavation of my soul that I thought I was actually growing. I thought I was evolving. I thought my external would match my internal at some point. as long as I kept going and diving, as long as I could go and start diving deep into it, I was visualizing and I was working on my identity, but I wasn't working on the one thing that gets you out of the liminal space, which is the embodiment. I wasn't embodying the new version of myself, the one who handled her money well. I wasn't embodying her. I was assuming that if I just keep going into the blocks and the patterns and the loops, eventually my external world would match what I have unveiled. I was so busy becoming her in my mind that I didn't actually click in the fact that I needed to bring her into the mundane daily shit. I didn't live my day as if I was the embodied, wealthiest version of myself. I was waiting. So, what does the embodiment actually look like on a day to day basis? It looks like doing a weekly financial tracker. It looks like learning and understanding about financial literacy, watching YouTube videos, reading books, whatever is your outlet, understanding how people hold their wealth, understanding how people expand their wealth from not only a financial point of view, but also from an energetics point of view. It looked like someone who made regulated choices in spending, not reactive ones. This isn't about a budget because you can't spend more. This is about setting a budget because you know that you value where your energy goes. Before I started really understanding what the abundant, wealthiest version of myself look like, I always thought I would be going here and there and I would be spending this and that, and I can't do that now. That's the block. When actually, my life doesn't look that different to when I wasn't earning consistently. My life is pretty much similar. I go for coffee when I want to. I work in a coffee shop when I want to. I work at home when I want to. I pause before I spend something to see if actually the next couple of days will I still feel the same way? Is that a reactive spending or is that a regulated spending? The visualization, the manifestation is not the embodiment of your wealthiest self. The embodiment of your wealthiest self is in the tiny daily actions. Did you set a budget for this month? Have you done your financial tracker this week? Have you regulated your nervous system with spending? Have you spent reactively rather than in regulation? This is where it's at. This is how you get out of the waiting zone, the liminal space, into the embodiment version of yourself. And the embodiment starts to become the external. The external starts to come to you as soon as you step into embodiment. It's through little actions, it's through little things that happen. When I first started to realize that I was in my liminal space for too long and I was in the waiting zone and I was waiting for my external life to change in order for me to say, oh, I can become her now. Once I realized that I am her and I am embodying her now, my external life started to change slowly in little ways, but it still started to change. It was 3 months of me getting like £5 in every month from something that I hadn't touched in years. And that was an affiliate link from like Instagram way back when. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I've had more than £5 a month from this and I've never had money from it before. It was in such small ways, but it was just that moment that clicked for me that I realized, what would my embodied version of myself do here? Would she wait for money to come? Or would she wait for an external thing to come to start pouring into herself and start expanding her mind? Would she read on the things that interest her, regardless of whether her external life matched that interest? No. The version of you that has a healthy relationship with money is not waiting for the abundance to arrive. She is practicing, she is embodying with whatever is already here. You don't need more money to come. in order for you to start embodying her. You need to stop waiting for her to arrive and start implementing how she would treat money on a daily basis. This is the financial tracker. This is the budget. This is the pausing before a bigger spend than you normally do, or even a smaller spend. It is seeing if this is a regulated reaction rather than a reactive one. That is not boring. That is embodiment. That is how your wealthiest self becomes wealthy. It's because she knows how to handle money. She knows how to regulate her nervous system. She knows how to make regulated purchases. She knows her stuff about money because she's already learnt it. That's embodiment. That's how you get out of the liminal space. That's how you stop waiting for her to arrive and you become her. Sit with yourself. Ask yourself, what am I not doing that she would? And do that. Do that one little thing today. If this resonated for you, then please let me know in the comments. What's the one thing you've been waiting for, waiting to do, waiting to start? Because you've been waiting for money. What is that one thing? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.